We're also streaming from the SuperTalk Mississippi app. You can always find us, too, on your local SuperTalk Mississippi radio station. And don't forget, you can watch us. We are on your computer, your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalk TV. And this past week, the Lafayette County Board of Supervisors, and maybe this past a couple of months ago, voted unanimously to approve the site plan for the Roundabout Oxford RV and Water Resort, and it's giving the founders the go-ahead that they were looking for to begin construction. And joining us is one of those co-founders, Jay Hughes, to tell us more. Hey, Jay.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you?
It wasn't this past Monday. I got that wrong. It's been a couple weeks ago, hadn't it?
That's okay. You got the words right, and that's the hardest part on this is what's the name of it, you know?
Well, this sounds really cool. I think this is going to be a lot of fun, a unique sort of travel destination or staycation for many of us who live here in Mississippi. So give us the background to this, Jay. How did this come about?
Well, it's a neat story, actually. I think that it's always been brewing inside of me and inside of my partner and our wives. But it's a neat story because I have been an RVer since I was a kid in a tent and have worked my way through every level of RV type there was out there, all the way back to Chris and my first motorhome was we called it Shazam. It was a 1976 Winnebago with green shag carpeting in it, but it was special for us. We always felt there was a need for one here. I mean, Oxford was the only place, the only SEC town that didn't have an RV resort anywhere, and we get a tremendous number of visitors, but we're missing out on a whole segment. And so we were part of that subculture of RVers and have been all over the country in ours when our daughter was younger and then in her teens, and until she got too cool for school and she couldn't travel with us. And I ran into a buddy of mine who's a dentist that used to cut my grass when he was 10 years old. And he said, I've always wanted to have an RV resort here. And I was like, wow, me too. And that was just last June. And so from that, both of us and our wives said, this is something we've got to do, and let's do it all the way. Because think how many people aren't coming to our community because they don't have a place to plug in and enjoy.
Or could come and have a different experience, right? So maybe, Jay, there are bums that were already coming and staying in hotels because you didn't offer this, but this just gives a different option for them or a new way to sort of vacation in a town that they already love, like Oxford. I really feel like, Jay, here on Good Things, we saw people in RVs and sort of taking it to the next level during the big C word, COVID. It really feels there was like a resurgence of people looking at this as an opportunity to still be able to get out and travel, but sort of stay secluded. So even though it was a niche market, I feel like got some fresh air sort of breathed into it in the last couple of years. Would that be fair?
Oh, absolutely. It was explosive. And in fact, even though we had an RV, we found it increasingly difficult to find a place that we could stay that wasn't booked solid. And I mean, you're selling a couple of things here. One is a memory where you can sit in your lawn chairs at your RV or your cottage, and your kids can ride the bikes in the streets in a secure area and feel safe about it and buy ice cream. We're buying a piece of that past we all want. And then the other thing you're selling is just freedom of just being outside, cooking if you want, having a bonfire, having s'mores, and in our case, adding the amenities of getting in getting in a float and riding in a lazy river for 912 feet all day long and going past a swim-up bar.
Sign me up.
We see this. Yeah, and we've come up with some great frozen drinks as well because those, the adults really like those, and we've got the Roundabout Rita and the double-decker daiquiri that'll be frozen, and we'll just hand it to you.
You got the most important things done from the front end, Jay. Hadn't even started construction, but we got those beverages nailed down.
Take care of the ladies.
I love it.
So we're excited about that part, but we're offering something for everybody, Rebecca. It's hard for people to get past your grandpa's RV park. This is an RV resort, and it means that, and it's a full connection, 150 sites. Then there are 20 cottages for people to rent that don't want an RV, and then we've got a 912-foot lazy river. We're calling it the Swayze River after our baseball fans. We've got an adult pool, a family pool, a kid pool, giant slides, zip lines, mini golf, pickleball, dog parks, walking trails. We want it to be a place where a family can come up to stay for the weekend or to be as a headquarters for the weekend. But, we get 52,000 juniors here that play at M-Trade Park, either soccer or baseball or softball all year, and there's never been a place for those families to stay.
So when are we breaking ground, Jay? So you got the approval. I know that was a big step. You've got the vision. So when do we start seeing this come to life?
Well, great question. And if my crystal ball is accurate, by the end of the month, we'll break ground. We'll have a formal groundbreaking ceremony in the next few days with the local dignitaries and officials and partners. But the bid packages have gone out for the infrastructure last week. They're due in next Friday. And so the following Monday, we plan to award bids. And hopefully within 10 days, they'll break ground. We've got several 100,000 yards of dirt to move. And our goal, Rebecca, is to have the opening weekend floating down the lazy river by the first game of SEC baseball next March.
Wow. Is it because there's not like a formal hotel sort of type building being built or like huge construction like that this project can move a little faster?
Well, no, it's because I'm on a rocket docket, and we have provided good old-fashioned incentives. We're asking the contractors to work 6 days a week, minimum 10 hours a day, and there is a scheduled date for them to be finished with each phase. There will be a penalty if they pass that day, but then we're also, in fairness, going to give them a bonus of the same amount for every day sooner they're finished. So the sooner they finish, the more they make.
I like it. I do. And I like that this idea is coming and all that you guys are hope to bringing to Oxford, Jay. Where is this going to be located? Like situated like in terms of to the city center or to the square or where everything else happens?
So everyone in Oxford tends to know the South Lamar exit. That's the main exit that goes to the square. And then they know Wells Gate. So Wells Gate is the city limits of Oxford on the west side of Oxford. And, Rebecca, we are exactly 3 miles west of that. So we're 3 miles to the west of the city limits. We're 5 miles to the west of Oxford on Highway 6. We are on the 85 acres on the very north side of Highway 6 and right across from Thompson Machinery. We're just past, everyone knows here locally, where Hunter's Hollow is or Wink Tumbling Academy. And so it's a beautiful rolling hills. It's been a hayfield or a cow field for over 100 years. But we love it. Easy to get to, easy to get into, out of, etc.
Will this be primarily like short-term rental? Because I know some places allow folks to maybe those that are retired, they really do sort of buy into the RV life and stay a month here or so much there and kind of move about. Will it be primarily for those weekend or maybe week getaways that you guys are sort of geared towards?
Yeah, so actually what it is, we have limits placed on us by the county, and the county followed the state park regulations, and that is they can't have anyone stay for more than 14 consecutive nights. That keeps it from being a transient place, and it's more of a destination staycation. We can see some of these cottages with a lot of moms maybe having a bunco night or something like that out there, guys having a poker night. But, yes, it is geared toward short-term travel, and that's what we hope it to be.
Well, Jay, wishing you all the luck, no weather delays over the next year, and then please come back when you guys get ready to start renting out those slots. I think this is super cool. I think you and your wife and your other co-founder are onto something. I think it's super neat.
Well, thanks so much for having us, Rebecca. We're excited about it, and we're going to keep it up to date nonstop on our Facebook page and on our website, Roundabout Oxford. But thank you for having us and sharing our excitement.
Well, we'll be in touch. We'll keep up with you. So good luck.
Thanks, Rebecca. Have a great day.
All right, you guys stick with us. We got more for you to do on your main streets coming up next.